Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. The title of this video is Are Thai Girls Being Ruined by Western Influence? We'll have a chat while we have a walk around Thai Market. Let me show you the map where it is. You see the red dot on the right? Up near Sukhumvit Road. It's sort of between Pattaya and Jomtien. Okay? It's a great market, one of the best in Pattaya. So, let's get on with the chat, shall we? So, are Thai girls being ruined by Western influence? Now, there are two aspects to this subject. One is Thai girls who still live in Thailand, but have absorbed the Western feminism through movies and social media. And the other possibility is if you were considering taking your newfound love of your life back to your own country in the West. Would contact with Western culture change her? Now, taking the first example of Thai girls who still live here. Now, I remember back in 1999 when I first came to Pattaya, I wandered around all the bars in Pattaya and never once saw an overweight girl. Not even a little bit overweight. Never mind fat or pumpui as they call it. These days, the situation is completely reversed, and it's now quite difficult to find a slim girl working in the bars. Tell me what you guys think is the reason for this. Is it Western food? I mean, these girls seem to love KFC and pizzas. Or is it the fact that they don't work very hard? Because they're very lazy now. It's just too easy for them to get money compared to how it used to be. They seem to sit down all day and just scroll through their phones, especially the ones with sponsors. They really don't want to work at all, and usually they're the best lookers. This is all Western influence. I remember many years ago, before I came to live here, when I came on holiday, meeting a girl here who had just arrived, having been working in the fields during the rice harvest for the last few weeks. And she was about 1.60 meters tall, which is 5'3", super slim, about 40 kilos, which is 90 pounds. After a few days with her, I went back home to the UK. And then I came back 6 months later on holiday again, and I found someone who loved pizzas and now weighed 60 kilos, about 130 pounds. The other thing, which don't forget came from the West, was smartphones. I don't know how many of you guys remember the days before smartphones, before 2011, when you'd walk down the soy and you'd have the full attention of every single girl within view or even earshot. Now, nowadays, it's exactly the opposite once again. The girls are more interested in looking at TikTok, which seems to be their favorite channel, than actually getting customers. But so far in Thailand itself, the full true effect of feminism hasn't really taken hold. I think that may be because of the language barrier. You don't really come across many Karens here yet. By the way, guys, I just wanted you to know that YT are suppressing many Pattaya channels these days on purpose, and they're unsubbing people. So please check that you're still subscribed, and please share this video with any friends who you think maybe didn't get their notification. Okay, guys, thank you. Now, the other way which Thai girls can become westernized is if you ever actually bring them to live with you in the West. Just tell me in the comments if you think it's better to stay here in Thailand with the girl of your dreams that you found, or take her back to your own country and live with her there. Which do you think is better? Of course, for many of you younger guys, living in Thailand is not an option, because you're either too young and have to work, or you have a business in your own country and you're not yet eligible for a pension. So for many younger guys, you cannot live in Thailand unless, of course, you work online, which some people do these days. Also, some guys may have obligations with younger children from a previous marriage or taking care of elderly parents. So it's not just monetary problems, but moral obligations as well. I mean, you may have a perfect life in your home country, but are just missing the perfect partner, which you just happen to find in Thailand when you're on holiday. So what do you do then? Now imagine a situation where you come on holiday to Thailand for a month and you meet a girl straight away who is the perfect girl for you, and you fall head over heels in love, and you have the most wonderful month of your life ever. Then you have to go back home. Now you could be tempted to say to her, come live in my country. You can't leave because of work and obligations, but you can bring her over to live with you. Now, is that a good idea? Or you could have been chatting online for many months to a girl that you've fallen for, and you want to bring her to come live with you in your country. Now, in both cases, you really don't know this person that you've only spent a few short hours really with. Yeah, it could be a recipe for disaster. I mean, there are so many cultural differences that a Thai girl could be completely overwhelmed. One of the main factors is her level of English. It really has to be excellent to succeed in the West. Another thing is her age. The younger she is, the more likely she is to be influenced by what she sees and what she hears in the West, and even other people. Now, Thai girls who she will meet through the Thai apps in your country, which they have in every city all over the world. Now, in these Thai groups, there are Thai people who do not have your best interest at heart. Another problem, of course, is her family. Does she have any children? In which case, leaving them in Thailand and coming to live with you in your country is probably a complete no-no. Then there's her parents, who will almost certainly want money from her, i.e. from you. So you may have to send money to Thailand every month to support her family. Are you okay with that? Another thing is temptations in the West, which she may be susceptible to. Well, I know one girl, I used to know her very well years ago, and she was addicted to the only form of gambling allowed in Thailand, which is the state lottery. But she ended up marrying an English guy and went back to the UK, where she discovered online gambling, and she discovered betting shops, and she even discovered bingo clubs where they do gambling. And she became a complete gambling addict. Now, something else to consider is the way your Thai girl looks at you, your status. If you live in Thailand as an expat with just in the West what would considered to be a normal income, you are considered to be a prize catch in Thailand. You're put on a pedestal by local Thai people, including your girlfriend. You see girls who have interest in you, who in the West you would think were way out of your league. It's a bit like you went back in time and you were way younger again. You have the choice of your dreams, but that is only the case in Thailand, where you're noticed and desirable because you're seen as a well-off foreigner. Now, the girl you choose as your girlfriend or to live with is aware, constantly aware, that other girls are looking and watching. and would jump in if they got half a chance. So she's protective of you, quite rightly so. Your status here is what the Thais call high so, which could translate as high class. Now, this video is really about westernization of girls, and the most dramatic example of that would be if you took her back to your own country and lived there permanently. Would you see a change in her? I think you would. I think the younger that the girl may be, the more of a change you will see. And the more she will pick up Western ways and become feminized. Is that a word? I think an older girl will probably not change quite so much. Now, talking about age, if your age gap is quite big and you take her back to the West, then you are running the risk of her seeing and meeting young, what she calls foreign men, but men of your own nationality. And she sees them, and maybe she will get interested and they will show interest in her, and suddenly you are no longer king of the heap. Your status has dropped to become that of an older guy. You've lost the prize catch status which you had in Thailand. Instead, the roles have reversed, and she is now the prize catch. Interesting thoughts. Now, let me know in the comments what you think. I mean, it would appear it's better to stay in Thailand with the girl rather than bring her back. But your choice, guys. Okay, story time. So, as I promised in the title, I have another story from my hairdresser friend. This one is about one of her own staff. This is about a lady by the name of Ying, who for a long time has been a customer of my hairdressers. But she worked in a dancing bar on Soi LK Metro. She's about 30 and quite attractive, and she kept saying to my hairdresser that she was fed up with the dancing all the time. It made her legs ache, and she would like to find a sponsor boyfriend. Anyway, one day she came into the hairdresser shop and announced that she'd found one, a guy from Norway, who wants to give her 40,000 baht a month, that's $1,100, to stop working in the bar. But he said it would be okay to get a proper job while he was back in Norway working on the oil rigs for a couple of months until he came back again about every 3 months for a few weeks. Now, Ying had already told my hairdresser that before she worked in a dancing bar, she was in fact a fully qualified hairdresser herself and had worked as a hairdresser for 2 years in Pattaya previously. So when she told my hairdresser the full extent of her knowledge, which was quite extensive, she then asked my hairdresser if she could, if there was a job going, any chance of a job. Now, by chance, my hairdresser's is a busy shop, and she said, okay, come next week, try part-time, see how good you are. Next week came, and so did Ying, and she turned out to be very good at her job, and even could do hair dyeing and all that stuff. So my hairdresser changed her after a while to full-time. All was good for a few weeks, but gradually Ying started to moan that life was getting boring. Working all day, going back to her room, talking on WhatsApp to her boyfriend for half an hour, then going to bed. She said she missed the excitement of meeting different guys like she had in the bars. So after chatting with some of the other hairdressing staff, Ying decided to put herself on Thai Friendly. Now, this worked very well for her. Occasionally she would ask my hairdresser for an hour or an hour and a half off work to go see a Thai Friendly customer. If they weren't busy, she would say, okay, fine. So this went on for some time very successfully, until it was time for her boyfriend to come back to Thailand. Everything was arranged that she would have a month off work and her boyfriend would take her to Koh Samui for a month. So she arranged to meet her boyfriend when he came at a well-known bar on Soi Buakhao. She arrived and found him sitting at the table waiting for her. And she sat down and they both got a drink and started chatting. Then, to Ying's horror, she saw the Thai-friendly customer she had been with just yesterday walk in the door. He saw her and walked directly to their table. Then he sat down next to her boyfriend. The boyfriend then put his arm round the guy's shoulder and said to Ying, "This is Eric, one of my best mates I've known for many years. I believe you know him already. This is Thailand." Hope you enjoyed that, guys. By the way, have a look at Instagram. It shows all the Patreon clips for free. Okay? And thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, ring the bell. And please don't forget to check you're still subbed. Okay? Thanks a lot, guys. See you in the next video.